Bronx Journal. I'm your guest host, Elizabeth Molina. New York City has given birth to many and talented artists throughout the years. Each have their own distinct style and approach when making music, but only the dedicated and the ambitious ones make it to stardom. Today we speak with a Harlem native who strives to be one of the rare few who changed the game of hip-hop and poetry as we know it. Welcome to the show, Nyraine. Thank you for coming. How you doing?
Nice for having me. Thank you for having me.
No problem. So can you give us just tell us about who's Nyraine?
Well, for those who don't know, Nyraine is a recording artist, entertainer, poet, MC, and a writer for hip hop and R&B.
Okay. What's the music about?
Well, like a lot of my music is about my life, my struggles in life, and my ambitions to be successful and achieve the unachievable.
Okay. And how long have you been interested in music?
I've been interested in music forever, since I could speak. I knew what I wanted to be since I was this tall. So
Since you was a young boy.
So I'm living my dreams now.
All right, that's cool. So what exactly got you here? So far I know that you have an album coming out called Poetic.
Well, actually the album was released January 24th, 2010, so it's been out for a good amount of time.
And on the album, it says "Rest in Peace, Denisha." What's that about?
Well, on the album, which is this right here, the "Rest in Peace, Denisha" is basically my woman that passed away, and she was murdered during the making of the album. So in her honor, this album is kind of dedicated to her.
Okay.
She was my biggest fan, and she inspired me. She pushed me to the limit to attack the industry and to be the force that I am now. So I owe a lot to her.
That's good. And who are some of the producers that helped you out with this album?
Well, to name a few, Puff Hickson, she was the executive producer on this project.
Okay.
And Kenneth Peters from Key Pusher Productions.
All right. And your style is more complex, where it kind of seems like an intelligent approach, because it's kind of different from most music. How would you describe the style and the music that you have in your album?
Well, like initially, when I create music, I don't purposely try to make anything complex of any sort. I just, whatever's inside of me, whatever emotion I capture, whatever thoughts that circulate, I record them and I manifest them, and that's how I compose a record or a song. So that's, whatever comes out of me is my formula.
Okay, so far you kind of have a Nas kind of flow. Would you, agree to that, sort of say? Because when it comes to, I've heard your music where it's poetic. It's not like other rappers would really have their rhymes come out on an album. So.
Well, Nas is definitely a compliment. I get compared to him a lot because of the combination of some of the topics that we talk about a lot, and maybe the way we deliver the message. So I do get compared to him a lot, and he's one of the influences growing up for me.
Growing up for you, you grew up in Harlem. How was that?
Growing up in Harlem wasn't easy. It wasn't the easiest thing. A lot of poverty, a lot of things, but easy wasn't one of them.
Okay.
So when I'm here, I made it through.
I also heard that you was in the boys choir in Harlem. Can you describe a little bit
When I was a shorty, I was a part of the New York Boys Choir, and we toured all over the globe, and we experienced a lot of things by being on tour. We accomplished a lot. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to do that too, growing up.
So you're like a singer also?
I used to sing. I still write R&B, and I compose a lot of R&B music, but I don't sing as much as I probably should,
Okay.
or as I did back then.
So I also heard that you was in the Wu-Tang competition. Wu-Tang was a really, really big influence to hip-hop. How did that feel?
It's an honor being a part of the competition. Initially, I didn't think I fit in perfect because my style is different, you know. But the way it was explained to me was that they're looking for 9 new members that they could pass the torch to, and that could take over the game and make the type of impact that they did to the game, especially to the younger generation. So that's kind of like where I fit in.
Okay.
So it's an honor. It's an honor being a part of the competition.
How did it feel meeting the Wu-Tang Clan?
It was an honor. You know, they legends. What they did for the game is incredible. I mean, they got to this day a large fan base, a large following, people that study their every movement, and they teach the world a lot through their music. I think they was the first one of the pioneers of bringing conscious music to the table. So it was definitely an honor.
Okay, so you definitely had to perform in front of a lot of people in order to, you know, be a part of this contest. How does it feel to be in front of a whole audience?
Well, being involved, like being on stage in front of the crowd is like a whole nother world. It's hand in hand with what I do, and it's kind of second nature. But the first couple times, it took some time getting used to, because I'm kind of I'm real personal. You know what I'm saying? In this profession, all your cards is out in the open, and everybody sees your whole lifestyle. You surrendering your privacy when you're in this type of profession. Okay. So being on stage, it took some time getting used to, but now it's like second nature, and I love it.
So far you made reference to Group 7 in your music. Can you explain who they are?
Well, the group is called 7 Set, and it's although I'm a solo artist, I record music with this is my group, my team. They call it 7 Set. You spell it with the number 7, S-E-T, and that consists of Dark Knight, aka Life, Scarcity, aka Knowledge Born, and Omnipotent, aka 07. And that's my team.
Okay.
They real talented, so be on the lookout for them.
Nice.
Also, Infinite Mind.
Infinite Mind?
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to creating a song, what's your thinking process on how to execute it?
Whenever I create a song, the first thing I do is I build a relationship with the music that I'm gonna be recording with, and after I do that, I let my imagination loose, and I dig into emotions that I might be feeling at the time.
Okay.
Or I dig deep into my thought, and I go into deep concentration, and that's when I compose. And that's my strategy when I make music.
So you definitely tap into what you're feeling and what's going on. But one of the songs that you have a song with your moms. So what exactly in tuned to make that song come up?
Well, I wanted to do something special. It was her birthday. Her birthday is December 1st, and I wanted to do something real special for her. Yeah, she's a Sagittarius. I wanted to do something special for her, and it was real personal. It was just for her, her ears only. And she was so proud of the record that she played it to all her friends, and I played it to a few of mine. And by the time we knew it, everybody was really touched by it and wanted me to put it on the album and do a lot more than what I intended to do with it. So.
Okay. And right now you're working on an upcoming mixtape. How's that going
Yes.
for you?
It's great. The mixtape is done. Just putting the finishing touches, just sprinkling the last bit of magic dust on it, and it should be ready for the public very soon.
That's cool. So how can people contact you, find you?
The best way to get in touch with me is my website, www.nyraine.com. Nyraine spelled Nyraine. And Nyraine, www.nyraine@lunarmanagement.com. That's also the best. Those are the two best ways to get in